Well, we made it through another year avoiding the market crash that so many have been calling for, or did we? I'm Antonio Anselmi, the most trusted name in Florida real estate. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and follow buttons so that others will see this information as well. And also that way you don't miss a thing when it comes to my videos. While so many so-called experts have been predicting a market crash since 2017, I mean, it's only been a few years and we've even had a year of over 7% mortgage rates, peaking above 8% just a couple months ago. And home sales are down 30%. I know that's a lot, but home prices are still holding steady, and in many Florida markets have been increasing, ours included. But why have this so-called experts been wrong for so long? Well, let's face it, the news of doom and gloom brings clicks in today's world. The story of Chicken Little, eventually he was right. And if you follow real estate and the U.S. economy, you know that what goes up eventually must come down. So eventually these Chicken Littles who are continually screaming for a so-called crash, eventually they're going to be right. All I can say is here on my channel, I've been sharing simple facts and data to show you why we haven't had a 2008-like crash and why we're simply not going to have one. How you doing? Good morning. Today we'll touch on these key points as quickly as possible for a short, no-nonsense video. First, let's talk about the housing shortage. According to CNN, the gap between single-family homes and the households that are being formed grew to approximately 6.5 million homes between 2012 and 2022. Now, in the decade between 2012 and 22, 15.6 million homes were formed, and during that same time period, only 11.9 million homes were completed. This includes single-family and multifamily homes. Now, in the second half of 2021, single-family homes were being started and completed at the fastest pace in over a decade. The first part of 2022 continued that previous year's trend until the mid-year when mortgage rates surged. The housing market felt that impact. Red-hot buyer demand cooled, and builders started to pull back on single-family home starts. So we haven't gained any ground as new home construction comes to a massive slowdown, and newly formed families do not. The simple fact alone means that there's still a very strong demand for homes and will be in the foreseeable future. So then the crash will surely happen in 2024, right? I wouldn't hold my breath. The Fed announced plans for as many as 3 rate cuts in 2024. It's rumored that they may have as many as 5 cuts for the year. Now, of course, in the beginning of January, the numbers will be out and we'll see the demand for the 10-year Treasury notes, and that will give us a much better idea of the direction of mortgage rates for the first quarter of 2024. Now, as a matter of fact, if rates do come down into the 5s once again, we should see home prices rise in many areas, and some areas as much as 25%, as buyers will flood back into the market. Surely the market will crash eventually, right? Well, of course, that's the way they planned it. If you want to know more about how they planned our economy, watch Ray Dalio's video, How the Economic Machine Works, and that'll give you a lot more insight. But it's different this time. In 2008, many were given loans that they simply did not have the ability to repay. Now, as that was one of the key added criteria that must be satisfied when getting a mortgage today, this was one of the measures taken to help ensure that such a crash didn't happen again. Now, another key bit of information is that current homeowners have on average 30% equity in their homes. Another big difference this time is the safety mechanisms in place for homeowners and their willingness to work with the mortgage holders with the forbearance periods and reworking of loan terms to keep homeowners in their homes. In 2008, we saw a nationwide foreclosure rate of 1.81%, and in 2009 we saw a 2.21% rate. And to put things into perspective, currently nationwide we're sitting at 0.13%. That's 1 in 752 homes have filed for foreclosure in 2023. Now this has inched up in the second half, but not by much, as many people are doing everything that they can to stay in their homes, as the alternative is a dystopian outlook of the future where we own nothing, rent everything, eat bugs, and we're happy about it. I don't want to be happy about that. Let's just look at some numbers. For a $400,000 loan at 8%, your payment, just principal and interest, is $2,935. Now, if we hit 5% again, that's going to bring that down to $2,147, almost an $800 savings. That's incredible. And to be honest, some experts don't think we'll see 5% rates again. I believe by the end of the spring, we will have some lenders advertising rates in the fives again. As always, if you're in need of a lender, just reach out to me. I can refer some amazing lenders. One problem we have for buyers with rates dropping from a competition perspective is that it also makes it more profitable for investors to enter back into the market. The first homes they go after are the better deals and the more affordable homes, which are the same ones that new home buyers are going after. And we're already seeing home buyers jumping back into the market with rates dipping into the sixes over the past few weeks. It's historically slow these months, but we're seeing an uptick in buyers reaching out, wanting to jump back into the market. So is it a good time to buy? If you are in need of a home and you're renting and you can afford the home payment, then yes, I believe it's a good time to buy. And remember, the main reason I say this is because there is a monumental and almost insurmountable home shortage that we're dealing with right now. And I don't see this being fixed anytime soon. Another scary number is that some experts believe in 10 years, rents could as much as double in some areas. And this could very well happen as we continue to see mass immigration into our country. As last month we saw 276,000 people enter illegally, another record being the previous month of 269,000, putting us at over 770,000 since October. This is simply unsustainable, and this number has passed the number of births in the US each year. So rentals, single-family homes will continue to be in short supply. Basic supply and demand will increase the cost of whatever is in high demand and low supply. This is why even hitting 8% mortgage rates, our market is still a seller's market and home prices are still up 3% year over year. So in conclusion, it's a good time to buy if you can afford it. Prices will continue to rise, and if interest rates hit 5% again, which I believe they will, we will see prices in this market up 15 to 25%. Right now, you may still find sellers who will offer seller concessions at close, will help you pay your closing costs. If rates dip back down, it will be difficult to negotiate this again, as we'll see escalation clauses, bidding wars, and heartache once again. The housing market is not going to crash. If we do see a crash, it will be the economy, not the housing market. And if that happens, experts are saying it will be worse than the Great Depression. That means that there will be no money to lend. So if homes do ever drop in price, you won't be able to borrow money to buy those homes. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather be safe in my owned home with homestead protections than renting from someone else who can ask me to leave at any time. Maybe you can buy a home with a basement that you could turn into a bunker like the uber rich are doing. I don't know if you've seen in the news, Zuckerberg building a huge bunker. That doesn't scare me at all. Either way, own your home, be safe and a part of the community. 2024 is going to be a big year for you. Stop believing all the doom and gloomers and stay positive. Keep your vibration high. Pray, keep God in your focus, and you'll be okay. Until next time, I'm Antonio Anselmi, the most trusted name in Florida real estate. Reach out with anything real estate. Have a happy and blessed new year. Hug your kids, hug your family. See you next time.